So you know the CIA is good at keeping secrets, right? I mean, it's kind of their whole thing. But what if I told you they built a weapon so perfect, so silent, you could be taken out in a packed room, and no one, not even the coroner, would ever know it was murder?
All right, let's get right into it. The weapon got this creepy nickname, the heart attack gun. And the whole story just explodes into the public eye in 1975. So picture it. You're at home watching this government hearing on TV. It looks super boring, right? Suits and ties. But what they're about to reveal is absolutely insane.
You've got Senator Frank Church on camera, and he's holding up this pistol. It looks like a normal .45, but it has a scope on it, which is weird. And he's staring right at the director of the CIA, this guy William Colby, and he asks this one simple question. And the answer? Well, the answer was going to make everyone question what it means to die of natural causes. Now, you might be asking, why is the CIA even on trial here? Well, for decades, they'd had this squeaky clean image, but then boom, huge scandals. They got caught red-handed spying on American citizens. So Congress puts together this thing called the Church Committee, and their whole job is basically to go in and find out what other skeletons the CIA has in its closet.
And oh man, did they find something. Tucked away in this vaulted storeroom that nobody really used, the investigators find a little container. Inside, 11 grams of a poison made from shellfish. It's called saxitoxin. Now, I know what you're thinking. 11 grams? That's less than half an ounce. It sounds like nothing, right?
Wrong. That tiny little amount was potent enough to kill literally hundreds of thousands of people. It basically just shuts down your entire nervous system. So when the committee is like, why do you have enough poison to wipe out a small city? The CIA gives this lame excuse. They said it was for agents as a pain-free alternative to cyanide pills if they got caught. Senator Church did not buy that for a second, and you shouldn't either.
But this is where the story gets even crazier. To really get what's going on, you gotta rewind back to the 1950s. The Cold War is in full swing, and the US and the Soviet Union are locked in this secret, deadly arms race. But not for bombs, they're racing to create the perfect, untraceable assassination weapon. So the KGB, they're already playing this game. They've got an agent out there using a poison vapor gun that makes deaths look just like a heart attack. When the US finds out about this, they realize they're behind. But the CIA's goal, it was way more ambitious. They didn't want to just make a death look natural. They wanted to create a weapon that left absolutely, positively no trace. Nothing.
So how do you even start a project like that? Well, they give this bizarre research assignment to a secretary named Mary Embry. Yeah, a secretary. Her job wasn't to file papers. Her job was to hit the books and find a poison that could trigger a heart attack and be completely 100% undetectable during an autopsy. And you know what? She found it.
So now they've got the poison. Next, they need a way to deliver it. The CIA hooks up with the Army's Special Operations Division over at Fort Detrick, Maryland. These are the top experts in bioweapons. Their mission, build the perfect gun for this ghost poison. And what they came up with is something straight out of a spy movie. The gun itself, which had this ridiculously long official name, was powered by a little electric battery, so it was almost completely silent. It fired this tiny dart, I mean microscopic, that would hit the target and they might feel a tiny prick, like a mosquito bite, or maybe nothing at all. And it worked from up to 100 meters away. But this is the truly genius and terrifying part. They figured out how to freeze the saxitoxin into a tiny, solid ice pellet. So this frozen dart gets fired into the target, it melts inside the body, and releases the poison. What's the result? There's no needle left behind, no weird chemicals for an autopsy to find, just a tiny little red dot on the skin that you'd easily miss. It was the perfect, untraceable murder weapon.
Now, you're probably thinking, this has to be illegal. And yeah, you're right. Years before this hearing ever happened, President Nixon had already signed an order demanding that all US bioweapons and toxins be destroyed. The whole program should have been dead and buried.
But one of the CIA chemists, Dr. Nathan Gordon, just couldn't bring himself to do it. I mean, he looked at this unbelievably deadly poison, something he'd spent his career perfecting, and he couldn't just throw it away. So instead of following a direct presidential order, he just hid the 11 grams. He kept one of the deadliest substances on Earth stashed away in a locker.
And here's the thing, this gun wasn't some one-off rogue project. The Church Committee's final report was like 2,700 pages long, and it exposed this whole pattern of insane behavior.
We're talking about plots for political assassinations, mind control experiments like MKUltra, and even a time they released gas in the New York City subway system just to see what would happen in a biological attack.
And all of that brings us right back to the weapon itself. All of this declassified information, all these secrets coming out, it all boils down to one final, chilling question that everybody wanted the answer to.
I mean, after all that work, all that research, perfecting the delivery system, illegally hiding the poison, did the CIA ever actually use this thing on someone for real?
The official answer from CIA Director Colby was that there were no records of it ever being used. But just think about that for a second. The entire point of the weapon was to leave no record. A lack of a paper trail doesn't mean it didn't happen. It could actually mean the weapon worked exactly the way it was designed to.
And here's the final twist. After that big televised hearing, the gun itself just disappeared. Poof! It was never seen again. So, the next time you hear about some powerful person dying suddenly from natural causes, you kind of have to wonder, right? Was it really just their time to go? Or did they happen to feel a tiny mosquito-like prick a few moments before? The official story won't tell you. But now you know.